Heard this morning that in England, most COVID-19 restrictions have been lifted. Masks are no longer mandatory. Vaccine passports have been dropped. The government of Boris Johnson reintroduced those measures back in December to slow the spread of the Omicron variant, but officials say they're now comfortable easing them because of the country's successful booster rollout. The UK is still reporting around 100,000 COVID-19 cases a day and hundreds of deaths. But that number is down significantly from a peak earlier this month. Hospitalizations and ICU admissions appear to be stabilizing. Thomas Daigle is in London with more on the changes in policy.
Here in England, people no longer have to wear a mask in stores, even if it's crowded. Some store owners are asking people still to wear a mask inside. In fact, some supermarket chains are telling people, don't leave your mask at home. Please still wear it in store, no matter how many people are around. And the operators of London's Tube and public transit, buses, for instance, if you're using public transit here, you are still asked to wear a face mask. But in any case, there's lots of people out and about now in stores, restaurants, pubs, what have you, not wearing masks. It is part of a government strategy to tell people it's time now to learn to live with COVID. Of course, Prime Minister Boris Johnson has political considerations here. He has to appeal to the base in his Conservative Party. He is facing some opposition among his own MPs, so has to find a way to appease them. In any case, here is what the British Health Secretary explained when he made this announcement.
But it's not the end of the road. And we shouldn't see this as the finish line, because we cannot eradicate this virus and its future variants. Instead, we must learn to live with COVID in the same way that we've learned to live with flu.
Thomas, I'm wondering, as you look around there, one of the main streets in London, look at what people are doing and talk to them. Are they living with it? What kind of reaction are you hearing?
Yeah, I've heard that message. We're going to have to live with COVID. I've heard that from people who, I don't know whether they've heard it in the media, from the government, or where, but it's certainly something that you get a sense from people here that they are trying to aim towards. There are some small business owners who are trying to figure out how to approach the subject of mask wearing with customers who show up maskless. They can no longer point to a legal requirement that the government has mandated for people to wear masks. So it's kind of up to staff now of private businesses to gently suggest to people, please wear a mask indoors. Now, keep in mind, the UK is still seeing upwards of 100,000 COVID cases a day. There are still 300 people in Britain dying with a COVID infection on a daily basis. So the numbers have plateaued. There is encouraging data, but remember, England tried to do this a few months ago. They did away with all COVID restrictions only to bring them back a few months later.
Thomas Daigle in London.